Welcome! In this video I will talk about this board. It's a Sky Soup limited edition of the Fanatic. It's 105 liters and it's quite good for beginners that want to go with light wind condition, because it's wide, so you don't it's quite easy to stay on the board, but it's also quite long, and it can gain a lot of speed just by going taxi. That means that we are not foiling. It's very good during pumping because it's quite long. It has just a little bit of rocket, not too much. The rocket, it's the curvature of the board. It's a little bit like this. So what's happened? That when I'm pumping, the bow feels like that won't come back to me. So I put it down a little bit underwater when I'm pumping, and it comes back very, very fast. It is very important if you want to go with light wind condition, because this gives you a little bit of help for taking out the board from the water. With other boards, smaller boards, it's quite it's more difficult. You have to impress a lot more of strength, of power in the board for taking off. So this board is better to go strapless. There are the holes for the straps, but you see they are very, very near this axis. This board it's very good for going light wind, because you can also move your legs, but when you try to go a little bit on the outside this line, it is a little bit more difficult to make it stable. Why? Because you cannot have everything in a board, or a board is for light wind condition or is stable during maneuvers. We put the legs like this when we want to go like on the waves or during the jibe. Imagine to change the legs position if you have the legs like this. Where I put the other legs, it comes in this direction. It's quite difficult. Instead, if I stay like this, it's much easier to change the position. So this board, it's a little bit tricky to change the position of the legs compared to other boards. Then this part is very important. You see there is the pad comes on like this, comes up like this, because with smaller foils you can use this board also for going fast. It's quite good to have this part, because a lot of time you don't, if you use other foils, you don't know where exactly is your foot. So it's a perfect board for light wind condition. For the other things, not so much. But we have to say that this kind of boards, when like this much long, it's quite good for when you start to going fast, because when you go fast and maybe you are missing something, some parts of you don't know exactly what to do, it's quite easy to fall at top speed. With this kind of board that is quite long, before hitting the water, a lot of time the board hits the water. So what happened? The power is not everything on yourself, but also on the board. So you fall in the water, but not with all the strength of the speed. As you can see here, I have a little hole. I didn't change it. I just do the resin with the epox with the glass fiber, because I was opening the hole and everything, and I didn't want to put away all this this stuff of paint just for making this hole and repaint everything. So I just put the epoxy like this. So, but it's very hard, like a hard board. It's very strong because that hole happened when a wing with the boom, it's not quite safe. At the end of the boom, it's a big piece of plastic hit the board like a wipe, and it make this kind of hole in the board. So, but it went not so bad. So this was the video about this board. Perfect for light wind condition. For the jibes, it's quite tricky. See ya.